I'll go ahead and call tonight's meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Jerry Lynn, will you take a roll call, please?
Member Castleman?
Present.
Member Sepola?
Present.
Member Eastwood?
Present.
Member Haddock? Absent. Member Harris?
Present.
Member Haddishell?
Present.
Member Lewis?
Present.
Member Manson?
Present.
Member Seamers?
Present.
Parks Director and other staff are present.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, I would like to accept the motion to adopt the agenda this evening.
Second it.
Yeah.
All right. I make a motion we adopt
The agenda
the agenda for this
evening.
evening. Thank you.
I'll second it.
Have a second? Okay. I need to add one item to the agenda, so I need to make a motion to add item under new business, item A, which is we need to approve an alcohol request for a festival in the park. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All right. So I have an amendment for the motion. Do I have any discussion? I have first and second. Any discussion on that? No. Approval to add the item? No need. You gonna vote? Unanimous. All right, so we added the amendment. So now we need to approve the agenda with the added item. Any discussion on that? All in favor? Unanimous. All right. Please don't do that again. That was rough on us. Please just make it right. Okay, I'll call for a motion to accept the minutes from the January 27th, 2015 meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from the January 27, 2015 meeting. Second.
I have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Motion passes. Item 6, public comment. Elizabeth Dubois, that must be you, here to present a project to us. Go ahead, step forward and give your name for the record, please.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Dubois, and I am here to give my Gold Award project, which is it's kind of the same and kind of the different. Is kind of the same and kind of different from the Boy Scout Eagle project, but the Gold Award is the highest rank a Girl Scout can earn, and it has to have some type of service that is like continuous. And for my Gold Award, I would like to make the 4x4 post for tree identifications. It's cut at a slant for like the information for that tree on top, and the name routed on the side, so you can see it. And I would like to have this. I would like to have this project done by the beginning of June.
Okay, how many of those are you going to plant or
Like
post, I guess?
I think 16.
16?
Yes,
Nice.
throughout the park.
And who's going to route it out? Are you going to route it out?
I'm gonna route it out.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. And what kind of,
It's in rec park.
rec park? Yeah, I saw that around the trail.
Yes.
And what are you going to put on the angled cut? Is there like a plaque, or are you just?
I'm gonna wood burn the information about a specific tree, like how tall it is, how wide it is,
That species or that actual tree?
that actual tree, like
Really?
the species.
The species.
Yeah.
Nice. I assume they're all going to be different species of trees?
Yes.
Yeah? You guys going to help her dig holes to put that in, or are you going to make her dig the holes too?
That's part of her project. We'll be planting the trees, and then if she needs help, then.
Oh, so they're gonna be
staff will
new
help.
trees, not existing trees?
Some are existing, some will be new.
And you gotta dig the holes too?
Yeah.
Oh. I would just, yeah.
What? Yes. Friends, family, and my Girl Scout sisters are going to come help me.
Just for the record, Boy Scouts, she's putting a lot more effort into it than you guys seem to. You might need to step up your game a little bit. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
So what was supposed to go on the front there? Is it
The name of the tree,
the name of the tree? So will that also be burnt into that then?
it's going to be routed.
Okay,
It's
so
kind of like wood burning, but
it'll be a little darker,
Yeah,
there'll be a
it's gonna be-
contrast.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, will it be painted? Will you paint into the wood burn to give it a, no? Just, I didn't know if it, to make it stand out.
A wood burner is basically like a hot iron, and you just groove it in and it burns it so it's already black. Oh, sorry. So yeah, you burn it in, it's already black, it's, and then when you router, that's actually like you're grooving in. And then you can go in with a router and actually paint it or burn it with a match or whatever, turn it, but a wood burner is, it's a little bit different process. It doesn't groove in near as deep as a router will, but it automatically burns in black, so you see it. It's a little, much more fine tuning, so you can do a lot smaller.
Is this to be done just at Memorial Park or at Recreational Park?
it's going to be at Recreation Park.
Any other questions? No? No? Awesome, thank you. That, I like that. That's a, did you come up with that idea? That's a really good
Yes.
idea. I like that. Are you gonna help her plant the trees? Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I'll be planting extra trees, and we've discussed the variety of trees that she's going to put on the post, and those are the varieties that I'm going to buy.
Okay, make sure he follows through. Keep your eyes on that guy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck with that. That's a lot of work. All right, no committee reports, although we did just meet in a work session, talk about the budget a little bit. We do have the budget work session on April 14th at 6 p.m. at Public Works. Any other committees have met or plan on meeting? No?
Yes. we have,
Yes?
The rec committee is planning on meeting. Thank you. The rec committee is planning on meeting on April 8th at 6 o'clock at Minsky's. And if anyone-
Really?
Yes. It's,
I thought you were kidding earlier. Nice.
no, I wasn't kidding. We're meeting on April 8th at 6 o'clock at Minsky's. And anyone who wants to participate in that is more than welcome. In fact, I encourage that. And not just because it's at Minsky's.
It's very enticing, though, I will say that.
Oh, never mind.
All right, anybody else? All right. We'll move on to staff reports. Mr. McLean?
Thank you, Mr. Harris. I submitted a written report, as you can see in the packet, and I would like to just highlight a couple of things. Recreation volleyball and recreation soccer start their games this Saturday. We did have about 6 more participants than last year in volleyball, so we saw a slight increase there. We did see about 25 more participants in recreation soccer this year, so we saw an increase on both those spring sports. We are currently still taking registrations for recreation baseball and softball. That will end next Friday, April 3rd. As of right now, we do have numbers that are higher than what we were last year at this point, so we expect to see anything from this point forward to be an increase over last year. So we will be starting practices sometime around April 20th for recreation baseball and softball, and games mid-May, so we're looking forward to that. Since the last meeting, I had a couple of meetings internally. I met with the RAPEC staff, discussed our MOU, and that was a very positive meeting that we had, and therefore we are memorandum of understanding. So the use of their facilities and the use of our facilities. I also updated them with the planned project that we approved at the last meeting with the tennis court surface, resurfacing, crack seal, and told them that we would be doing that this summer between their seasons, so they are aware of that, and we're excited for that as well. And Touch a Truck event was this last Saturday. It was quite a good turnout. We had beautiful weather. We had more vehicles on site than we did the past year, and we also had more participants. It was a steadier pace of participants, and I want to commend Miss Jerry Lynn Keith on the work put into that event. It was very well done, smooth, operation-wise, and couldn't have asked for better. So I'd like to thank her for that. And she is diligently working on the Easter Festival scheduled next Saturday, April 4th, with the Easter egg hunt and other events tied in with that. We also have Jog with Your Dog coming up in April as well. So at this time, I would entertain any questions.
Do you know the dates of the tennis when the school is going to use them?
Yes. Do what? You mean games?
Yes. Well, practice and games. I
Practice
assume
and
that they're
games. They
doing
do
both.
give us their schedule, and they email us their schedule, and we do know those. So we do know to work around them for the reconstruction.
Okay, so do you know when they are starting their games and practice?
Practices have already started for the spring.
Oh, they have? Okay.
Yes. Spring
And they're
season.
using both tennis courts
They're
at
using all-
Memorial and tennis courts
Yes.
at Recreation?
Memorial is JV and Recreation is varsity.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You get on the report, tiny T-ball deadline is June 4th.
Yes.
Is that signups or?
Yes.
June 4th? Okay. So
Yeah.
when will it be?
Because it's after soccer. So we do soccer first, and we only have one instructor for that, so they start in June, and
Well,
they
that's not-
actually go in June. The whole month of June will be, that is the
Is that
Thursday?
the 3 and 4-year-olds?
Yes,
Gotcha.
not the regular T-ball.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got two questions. On the Easter egg, what's the age on that?
It should be to fourth grade.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want to do it.
0 to fourth grade.
It's
So-
by grade?
Fourth grade.
Anybody up to fourth grade? Fourth
Anyway,
grade's
up to
max,
fourth
okay.
grade.
And on the Jog with Your Dog, you said that was in April, when in April?
21st? Oh, sorry, 18th.
18th?
18th.
18th.
My apologies. Are you judging again? I was asked by my coordinator to ask if you were judging again.
I'll let you know after the meeting. I've got to see, I didn't know when it was, sorry. I got stuff going on, but I will find out, thank you. Any other questions for Mr. McLean? Oh, yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to find out, at the coaches meeting that we had on the 3rd and the 4th for the volleyball and the soccer, did you have plenty of coaches for the participants that we had this year?
Yes. Now, some of those coaches that did not make the meeting, because we were gathering them on the last minute, so I met with them the following week.
Okay, so it's all good.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Not a question, just I got rave reviews on the Touch a Truck on my Facebook page and with personal texts that it was wonderful and they loved it. So great.
How many years have you been doing that? Is this the second year? Awesome.
I went.
Did you go? Did you climb in a big truckie?
I threw my son up into the dump truck.
Really?
Yep.
In the back?
Mm-hmm.
Did he enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. I did see pictures on Facebook, and I did see, I had a soccer tournament. I wasn't here. I saw they had that big crane truck was holding some F-150 up in the air. Oh, that was pretty cool.
It was,
That's pretty cool.
it was the, yeah,
Oh my God,
GT
that's
Towing
exciting.
had
Yeah.
their personal, it was actually a 1-ton pickup, his personal vehicle he did have
Really?
lifted. Yes.
Does he do that a lot as a demo?
I-
That you don't know?
I don't know, but.
Did
he
anybody
can
roll
lift-
underneath it?
No.
No.
But
that
we
would have
did-
been
we
exciting.
did also-
Limbo under it.
We did also, one of the bucket trucks did send up one of our local journalists, so she took aerial photos, and it's on her Facebook, and that is either,
It was on. I saw there was an aerial picture on the Raymore page too.
it was, yeah, I think it was Raymore Journal.
I think there's a picture showing her up, and then there's another one of an overhead view. I
Yes.
was like, oh, somebody had a drone. I assumed somebody had a drone. I didn't know.
No,
but
they
somebody
sent her
had.
up in a bucket,
Nice.
which that bucket could go up to 100 feet in the air. She didn't go that high.
Didn't start screaming at about 30.
No, she was willing, but they were not.
Oh. Yes, ma'am.
I couldn't go. I was flying back in town. But one time I thought I heard somebody say something about an RV. Did they have RVs
Yes,
there? Oh, good.
Trans-
I would say
Transwest.
Transwest. Okay, great. I'm glad they participated. That's
They
good.
did. We had a good turnout and good support.
I saw that RV. That wasn't our. Don't we have an emergency management vehicle?
We had that, and Cass County had theirs as well.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
John, do we have any means of, or a process by which we can recruit new coaches or even train new coaches if we have individuals interested in doing that?
The
For the various
process we
sports.
do right now is they are all volunteer basis, so we send out emails to the registered participants. We do have a few coaches volunteer their time that do not have participants in. We run them through the background check and everything like we do all of our coaches. And I am currently working on a program. Right now it's only with basketball, but I'm working with the Ray-Peck School District and their varsity coaches to do a coaches clinic. And that is a program that I am planning on working on more now that we have our director in place and I have some time to get back to my normal duties.
Well, good, because I'd like to make sure that we do have adequate coaches for these teams, so they're not, we don't have too many people on one team.
Right.
We want everybody to be able to participate.
Any other questions? No. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Rulo, would you like to present your report, please?
Thank you. I do have a written report in there, in the packet, but just wanted to hit on a few key things. Seth Smith is going to be at Rec Park this weekend also, doing his Eagle Scout project, and he's going to be putting the baskets in for the disc golf course. He'll be showing up Friday afternoon to basically let us show him how to do the first one, and then he has Scout members and Scout masters coming out Saturday morning from 9 to 2, and they're going to put the rest of the baskets in. So next week should be, or before next week, we should be able to open up the back 9. Everything will be complete on them except numbers, and we might be able to find some numbers to throw down on there until we figure out what we're going to do or get the 4x4s in the ground. So looking forward to that. Staff spent some time aerating, seeding, and fertilizing soccer fields. Some of the practice soccer fields, baseball fields, football fields, just getting them ready for this nice rain to come on. The staff did receive the new RTV and the new mower that was swapped out for this 2015 year from the VERP fund. And just wanted to let you all know that we are celebrating, we're doing something a little different for Arbor Day celebration this year. We're going to actually join in with Jerry's Easter event, and we think we're gonna discuss this week, but I think we're gonna have some special eggs out there with notes that says, you know, you've been elected to help out with the celebrate Arbor Day. We're gonna plant a tree in Memorial Park, so they'll be able to come over and help plant it. We got a flag that says Tree City USA. We'll let them hold the flag up, take their picture, and hopefully put them on the cover or put them in some article. So just trying to see how we can get a few more people out to attend our Arbor Day celebrations. Last thing is there's been quite a bit of talk about the restrooms with nice weather. By the end of the week, all the restrooms will be pressurized. That does not mean they will be open. When the weather gets this cold at night, It only takes one night for these pipes to freeze, and would not be a good deal. They'd be shut down for months. But after looking at the weather just a minute ago, it looks like after Thursday night, I believe, we may be in the clear. So I'll make that call on Thursday or Friday morning, but I think all the restrooms will probably be open come Saturday morning. So other than that, I'll entertain any questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so on the restroom thing, is there not a way that we can work that we can open those earlier, yet be able to keep them warm enough that if it does freeze over at night, that we're not, I mean, is there a better way to do what we're doing currently?
My answer to that is you can't control the weather.
True.
These were put in, and when they were put in, the actual plumbing, some of the plumbing was put inside the bricks to replace broken plumbing inside bricks. Means you break the bricks out to get to that stuff. We do the best we can. We put heaters in there. We open them up whenever we think it's that we're in the clear. The police department does shut them down at night. It's just you're gambling on whether the heaters that we have in there can heat those things up after being open all day if it's cold, and to heat enough to where it's not going to get colder and freeze the pipes. I think we will probably be in the clear after Thursday. We'll play it by ear. If a cold spell comes in, we'll probably shut them down for the day, put signs on the doors. But we have never opened up our restrooms before April 1st. That's just kind of what we use. April 1st and second week of November, as soon as soccer's over, is when the restrooms close down.
So are restrooms set up differently than, say, Grandview or Lee Summit that is being, saying, hey, we're open earlier? Are they doing something different that we can look into and see what they're doing, or are ours just totally different, can't do it?
I'm not sure. I've never been in theirs. They may have heaters. If you want to spend a lot of money on heated restrooms, then they're open all the time. Ours are not insulated. It's just built with center blocks and nothing up in the roof. It's just a very different year this year because it got so warm. We're in the middle of other projects, and then all of a sudden it's 80 degrees and everybody comes out. I understand, but it does take a little bit of time to put those things back together because they're totally broke down during the winter time.
That is part of the problem with the not being insulated and the piping being inside the block. It doesn't matter what type of heater you have. I mean, if it's 20 degrees outside, those heaters are not going to heat a concrete block, and especially on the inside of a concrete block. You just take that risk of busting them. I think Steve and I talked a little bit today. I think one thing we could do maybe is provide some signage on the buildings, outlining, the general rule of thumb, the policy, basically letting people know on average, generally the restrooms are open April 1st through the second week of November based on weather. At least people know it,
Right.
And so that's one thing that we can do just from a communication standpoint, from a staff perspective to the public perspective. So it's one of those things that the more we tell them, the less likely we have to take complaints and people be frustrated over it. At least they know why they're not open, instead of it being 80 degrees like Steve said and everybody's mad about it. Well, once you explain it to them, everybody's usually understanding, but we just need to do a better job.
Well, the week before it was freezing. Just the week before it got hot and everybody wanted them open. It was literally
in 2 weeks
snow.
from now, it could be freezing again too. I mean, that happened back in '07. We opened it up, and then Easter came, and we had an ice storm on Easter, and we had already opened everything up and set us way back. So, yeah, you do take a hit for making that decision, but I think it's the right decision in the long run.
I just wanted to make sure that we're making an educated decision and not like, well, it's always been this state to this state and we're only going to do that. That's why I pushed the issue. And I'm like, why are we doing it? What do we, and I just wanted to get those answers and put them out there for the people too.
Well, and Steve will vouch, the delay at this point is because we are on the side of caution. We got burned before, or froze before, if you want to put it that way. And it hurts financially, and then you really start taking a hit when you're playing games and everything's broke down, and nobody likes porta pots.
Yep.
So, yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
That whole issue was addressed on that thread, and she was the person that had the complaint, was told very nicely exactly what you all have said. It wasn't getting through. So Steve's been doing this for how long? We know what we have to do with the restrooms. He's the professional, so I'll leave it at that.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Rula? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to old business. Steve's going to give us an update on the baseball field fencing project.
All right, thank you very much. Last Tuesday, we had our pre-construction meeting with Geyer Fence for our fence reconstruction project down at Recreation Park. Went well. They started working about 2 hours after our construction meeting. If you guys haven't been down there yet, you ought to go take a look. It looks totally different. Field 6 and Field 8 is totally gone. Backstops and all the dugouts, some of the dugout posts are still up and the corner posts are still up. But everything's been taken down. They will, weather pending, they'll be out tomorrow to pull the backstop posts. It's going to take, they said it was going to take 3 to 4 weeks to order the backstop posts. Next week, let's see, Thursday, they're hoping to be setting outfield posts and sideline posts. Then as soon as they're all put in, the mow strip will come in and they'll lay the concrete down for that, and then the mesh will go on, and then the last thing will be the dugouts and the backstops. So right now I think we're on schedule if the weather holds out for us. These guys they're doing good work, they're doing clean work, everything's cleaned up every day. The fence cap is still sitting out there. We went out and rolled it up, make it look a little bit better. Fence gets delivered on Thursday, so I think the project is going very smooth so far, and hopefully we'll continue on. Take any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. All right, we did add that one item in new business. That's an approval for an alcohol request for Festival in the Park.
Yes, sir. This is a routine application from the MOU originally presented to the Festival in the Park for rental of the Memorial Park for a festival. What this actually is based on the alcohol policy that you guys established a few years ago. This is their request for allowing beer to be sold. This letter outlines that the festival is September 24th, 25th, and 26th. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The beer garden will only be Friday night and Saturday. It'll be in a fenced-off area, and they'll have proper supervision, only selling to 21-year-olds, the whole gamut. But this is their official letter asking for your approval, and so we need a motion and a vote on that.
I'll call for a motion to approve the alcohol request.
I make a motion to approve alcohol sales to adults 21 and older with proper identification for the Raymore Festival in the Park, September 24th, 25th, and 26th.
25th, 26th.
Well,
It's Friday, Saturday.
25th and 26th of September.
I second.
All right, I have a first and second on a very specific amendment we have. And I'm not going to read in its entirety, but it is going to approve the alcohol request for September 25th and 26th. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Motion passes. Okay, before we jump to item 11, first I want to apologize to Nathan, and then I want to welcome Nathan, because I didn't forget to put my note, but I want to welcome very early for public who is just watching but recognize the voice in the back of the head without his hat on. We want to welcome Nathan Mustaine back to the city of Raymore, this time as our Parks and Recreation Director. We're lucky to have you back. It's good to see you again. Good luck to you. Have fun. Enjoy it. All right, for anybody else, any other board member comments this evening? Very quiet. All right. We have no need to adjourn to executive session. I do have one question. Do we want to adjourn back to talk more?
Just take it to a vote.
Well, we don't have to. We just go back to it. You adjourn to an executive session. We'll just adjourn. But before we adjourn, I just want to know if you guys want to go back to the work session.
to the work session?
Or do we just want to wait till April 14th? You don't want to go on the 14th?
Hey,
Oh,
I
you-
can't
you-
talk enough
you know,
about all the
because-
exciting things we wanna do here at Raymore, so.
We will still keep the
We'll
April
go back.
14th.
Okay, so then we'll go back to the work session after we adjourn from regular meeting. So I'll call for a motion for adjournment.
I second it.
I have a first and a second for adjournment. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous? Monique, did you put your hand up? Unanimous. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned.